Hello, black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, black man.
Hello, black man.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jamie Jenkins, Mr. Hello Black Man. Man, listen, we're here with another episode of the podcast. Man, we're hoping that the new year, you're upbeat. They got a lot going on for you. You know, your New Year's resolutions. I know you did something. I know you wrote something down. I know you said you're gonna stop drinking sodas. You weren't gonna eat no fried food, no chips. Put the chips down. You got some chips right now. You got chips right now, and you said you wouldn't eat no chips. So what are you doing? Let's go. It's not too late. It's just because a week is down. Some people give up on the whole year because they had a bad week. Come on now. You can't give up on the whole year. You're going to give up on the other 51 weeks because you had a bad week. Working out and stuff like that, getting back consistent just with who you are and the things you know you need to be doing. And so that's one thing I wanted to get back consistent with on my podcast, getting back in touch with you guys, man, having you follow a lot of the things that we got going on. And tonight we got a phenomenal show lined up with you. This young man is literally, and a lot of times you say all over the place, it don't sound right. But this guy is so talented. He's doing so many things in fashion, on social media, motivational speaking, just a true mogul, man. He's somebody that you can step back and watch his pattern, his behavior, and be able to say, hey, he's on the right track. Some of the things he's doing, I can pattern myself behind. Once you get, so far into entrepreneurship, you're somebody's mentor, whether you like it or not. Like somebody's watching you at all times. They're watching how much you post. They're watching when you post. They're watching, how you come across on social media. They're watching that, whether you like it or not. And so this young man, I met him a few months ago, and I immediately knew it was somebody that I could attach myself to and watch his brain and watch his movement, the way he moves from a business standpoint and all that. I mean, that's good. That's what you want. You want to be able to see people in a positive aspect and say, hey, listen, he's doing some positive things. I'm trying to do some positive things. That's the community you want to build around yourself. So listen, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do a long, drawn out, I guess one of those preacher introductions. You know how like, he's coming from so-and-so. He has got X amount of things going on. I want this guy to come on and tell you who he is and what he has going on himself. So without further ado, make sure you follow him on social media. He has it in his handle at the bottom. Mr. Rob Malloy is on the stream. What's going on, my guy?
Everything's good, man. Let me first acknowledge, with the intro, I was like, who is this brother he explaining and talking about? I was looking around like, Hey, man, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your amazing platform. And, like you mentioned, man, we met, just a few months ago. Yeah. And, man, I've been so impressed, with just how you handle yourself, your professionalism, and everything that you do, man. You put your heart into it. And so, we pretty much locked arms, man, ever since. And it was just a matter of time that we linked up. Yep. And I'm honored to be, this is my first, podcast in 2022. So I'm honored to be on Hello Black Man. I got the journal, man. I just love everything that you're doing and everything that you stand for, man.
Man, that's what's up, man. I much appreciate it, like I said. And like when people give me their time, we're appreciative of it, So like when we have, podcasts, I start on time, stop on time, like, oh, give me 20 more minutes. Give me like, nah, we're going to get this thing going, man. Listen, and we got the right word by your name. We got Rob Malloy Fashion. See, now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. At one point in my life, I felt like I had a fashion sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I felt like I did. And then I think everything just kind of blew past me. Like, but you've been able to keep up. Like, how you been able to keep up with life, fashion? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of amazed me. Like, I wouldn't dare let anybody into my closet to see how horrible and how 2005 my closet is. I'm telling you, I would. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I need to go shopping. And then when I go shopping, I'm like, I don't know what to buy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little heavier, you know, just want to make it. I can't. It's not me. It's not me. So I gotta, you know, tell the people who you are and there's some of the things you got going on, man.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Rob Malloy. I'm based out of Atlanta. I was born in Providence, Rhode Island, way up north. My dad was a Navy guy. He was retired Navy. So, you know, we wound up growing up in Jacksonville, Florida, North Florida, Duval. And so that's pretty much where I spent the majority of growing up. Went into the Air Force vet. And, you know, where I'm at now, man, I'm in a really good place. I'm 46 years old. I've been able to raise a family of 4 kids, 3 daughters, 1 son. And my youngest daughter is a senior in high school, man.
Ooh.
So for me, that means a lot because I was a parent at 17. You know,
deal.
so I've been a parent longer than I've been an adult. Right?
Hey, this is what they call some adulting for your butt right there, Jack.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you know, my background is Air Force. I was in the medical field for about 14 years. And I felt like, man, just being in the medical field, obviously that's, you know, you can make an impact. Mm-hmm. You're helping people and things like that. But at the same time, I felt like I could do more. I didn't know what it was going to be. I just felt like I could reach more people. So I decided to retire myself out of the medical field, man, in 2008, and, you know, jump into the entrepreneur world. And, you know, I kept failing in different businesses and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I turned those failures, man, into lessons. And, you know, here I am now. I'm a CEO of a nonprofit called Keeping Veterans Fit. I created my own brand, which is the Rob Malloy brand.
True.
We deal with fashion. We deal with mentoring. We deal with brotherhood. You know, we just deal with things that are so important as an individual, developing yourself and also making an impact in the community. And so, man, it's been a great journey, and I'm thankful, man.
Man, listen, it's so amazing, and one of the things about the podcast is really sitting down and talking to a person. You know, like we had a mission we were on when we met the first time. You know what I'm saying, to get through the shoot and stuff like that. So we were everybody was locked in to what they were supposed to be doing and stuff like that. But then when you really sit back and talk to people, find out a little bit about them, you can always connect some things. Retired Air Force. I have a sister. They did 22 years in the Air Force in the medical field. So it's just so crazy. Just when you just really have a moment and just really talk to people, man, it's just amazing how many things, how much more alike you are than you think everybody is so different. But if you just had a true 5 to 10 minutes, tell me about yourself, it's always some things that you can always kind of connect, man. I have a daughter that's a senior in high school right now. Man. So it's just so crazy just being able to talk and just kind of relay some messages, especially with your positivity and things you got going on, man. Listen, I ain't gonna say a hater. I got somebody telling how out of date my closet. I said 2005. She gonna go back to 94. I don't know. I don't really know about that. Now, when I go out, Rob, I feel like I might just fit in Jackson. That might be what it be. I might just fit in amongst my surroundings. But from a fashion sense, man, like that has to take some time. You know, that's not something you just pick up and do, man. So tell me a little bit about, you know, how you got into fashion, and, you know, some people care about it, some people don't. You know, then you got people like me. I wish I cared about it. I wish I was a little more fashionable. Where did you get your fashion sense and stuff and things of that nature from?
Hey, that's a really good question, man. And I'm pretty sure that this quick story is probably not what most people would think I was going to say. But as far as being in the fashion um, space, it's only been a couple years, man. I didn't own a full suit, until I was in my 40s. You know, I've always been, put me in the joggers, put me in the tracksuit, basketball shorts, tank tops. You know, I grew up in Florida, man. So we was white tee and jean shorts.
Yeah.
95% of the time was with slides on. That was us, man. So, and in Florida, man, we wear our slides with socks.
Yeah.
That's us, man. And so, I got it from, I would say that, my dad, my mom's brothers, my uncles. When I saw these guys, and they're well in their 70s and 80s now, and my dad is still alive. He's 70. He'll be 78 this month. My mom will be 80 this month. They're still married.
God bless.
They're right here, man, about 20 minutes away from me. That's why I've been in Atlanta so long, just to be closer, to be blessed, to get as much time as I can with them. And so growing up, they were the era to where they didn't walk out the house unless they had on a button down, a jacket, a belt, and some slippery bottoms, as we called it, right? and so, back then I was like, man, look, first of all, that's too much clothes. It's too hot for all that, right?
Like, where you going?
The second thing was I felt like it was too much.
Yeah.
It was just too much. And obviously when I got older, I learned that the way that a man dressed can tell a lot about him. Whether it's a lot about him at that very moment, or whether it's about what his intent and purpose is.
True.
And so for me, man, I just thought about, I'm getting older. I stopped dyeing my beard. I used to be the Beijing king.
Yeah.
So now, it's Snow White.
Yeah.
What's crazy, man, is people ask me if I dye my hair now, but they say nothing when it was painted in black.
If you dyed white?
They asked me if I'm dyeing it white.
I've
dyeing
never
it white, am I dyeing it gray? But they never said anything, man, when I had the paint used to be dripping. In Texas, man, it was dripping, man. So they ain't say nothing then, man. So I guess it was okay. But man, so just maturing and the direction that I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to be professional. I wanted to represent luxury. I wanted to represent upscale. Now, there's obviously different ways you could do it. You can wear certain jeans at $1,000, $1,500.
True.
That's luxury too. But for me, it wasn't about labels or name brands or anything like that. But it was about style. And it was about just curtailing whatever I have to make it look good for me. Like this outfit I have may not look good on the next man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me it don't look good on me, though. You can, but you'll be lying to yourself.
All right. You already got a few comments in the chat right there.
I just wanted to bring a uniqueness.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about, people looking at me, trying to be me or emulate my style or anything like that. It's more so just promoting individuality, and however you rock, however you get down, do that, because there's one, you're one of one, right? Yeah. So if you're not being you, there's somebody missing out. Yeah. Right. They're missing out on the opportunity to see what you bring to the table and your influence.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, man, you're definitely influencing my thought process fashion wise. But like I said, putting stuff together just is not a forte, man. Now, when we talk about shit now I don't, like I said, I know the shoe game changed and stuff like that, but I got 30 pair of shoes, 20 brand new, and I know they're nice shoes. I know they're nice name brand shoes, stuff like that. But when you talk about putting it together, the older I've gotten, the harder it has been for me. You know what I'm saying? The harder it's been for me. So, like, when you go into a store, like, do you pretty much know, hey, I'm looking for this look I got in my mind, or you saying, oh, I can put this piece together, and that piece together, and that piece together, and then I got something?
Yeah, that's a good question. First of all, I hate shopping. I try not to be in the stores, man, all day long.
Yeah.
You know, I got 2 sisters. I'm the youngest of 4. My brother's the oldest.
Okay.
And all of them like to shop.
Yeah.
You know, they like to be up in there for hours. You know, you get 1 shirt and 2 pair of socks, and then you go to another store, man, and then you get 1 pair of pants and a pair of shoes. I'm like, look, I'm not built for this, man. And I'm the youngest, and so I had no choice. I wasn't old enough to drive or not go because I couldn't stay home by myself.
Exactly. So you going, and you gonna be with us.
By any means, man. So where I'm at now, man, I actually I've been in this space of fashion now for just 2 years. Just 2 years. But once I start getting into it, I've noticed my own elevation. When I start rocking suits, I notice, I'm like, man, that was a nice suit, but I didn't have a pocket square in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
there's little small details. Yeah.
Right. I didn't know that they were stitched together. So when I started getting suits and put the pocket square, I'm like, oh, you have to open
Rip
that
it
up.
open.
So
you gotta tear it.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the back, you know, in the back you have to snip. You have to snip the.
Oh, listen. Trust me. I still see the things in the back sewn together, the pocket square tight. I still see people with the label on the sleeve of the suit.
Right.
Yeah, like I know they was going to be there. They was going to be there. I still see suspenders and a belt. I see it all now. I mean, you still like, now I know I'm bad, but come on now.
Right. So, you know, so I learned my own progression, and I'm still progressing. You know, and that's the thing, because you know, for me, you had to start somewhere. So obviously, when you start somewhere, that's your standard. Right. So you upgrade your standard each time as you learn more what works for you. Like there's certain things I'm like, okay, that's cool. That may be fashionable. That may be trendy, but I don't need to be in that.
Yeah. You know what? That I'm telling you, man, it's so crazy because my bonus son texted me tonight. He was just like, you know, he wanted to get some earrings, get a nose ring, right? And so, you know, now at one point I just stopped wearing my earrings myself. Like when I got older and got into the workforce, I guess white collar workforce, I just stopped wearing them. And so he asked me about a nose ring. I said, well, listen, I know it's trending right now. I said, but I guarantee you within a year or two, like it's not even going to be a thing anymore. Like people, it will just kind of fade away.
Right.
And he just like, well, you know, should I get it or not? I said, well, I can't tell you. You know, you basically illegal at this point. I said, but just know that trends will change, things will change, you know, and you may be getting something that's permanent that is really not permanently trending, if that makes sense. Right. It may not be permanently fashionable for you to do so. So, literally tonight he asked me that. So listen, what I want to do tonight, man, you got so much wisdom, knowledge from the things you're doing and the place you're going. I'm going to ask you a couple questions out of 2 different journals. I'm going to ask you a couple out of my Hello Black Entrepreneur, and I'm going to ask you a couple out of the Hello Black Man journal, because you like I said, you from an entrepreneur side, you're really out there. Like you're really out there doing this thing live. If people want a great example, here you are right here. So we're going to ask you one out of the Hello Black Entrepreneur. It says, Hello Black Entrepreneur, describe in detail your greatest inspiration to pursue your business goal. What is your greatest inspiration? What's pushing you right now? What's pushing Rob Malloy?
Yeah, my greatest inspiration is a combination of my kids and my parents. And the reason why they're my inspiration is because I feel like both of those, for me, equate legacy. My parents are still alive, right? So I don't have to do certain things and, you know, dedicate to my parents. I know they're looking down on me. They down the street. Yeah. So they're looking down the street. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I was much younger, because we had a very modest lifestyle that, you know, we grew up, it was 6 of us total. My dad was Navy, so he's overseas. So mom's is holding things down at the house, and there's 4 of us kids, man. And so I used to feel a certain way because I didn't have certain things at a certain age. I felt like when I was 16, man, I should have had a Jeep Wrangler on my 16th birthday. and then I should have an account with $5,000. Now, who else had that? I don't know, but that's what I felt like I deserved because all the kids are older. So look, if y'all ain't do that for them, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Right. You know what I mean? It should be my time.
Yeah, right. My time to shine.
It should be my time to shine. And so, what I learned is, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so all the knowledge that I have about being an entrepreneur, it means so much for me. And I want everything that I do, I want my parents and my children to benefit. I want to give them both all the opportunities that I wasn't afforded to. And, with the knowledge and experience and access to resources, we have no excuse nowadays.
No,
so I admire the younger generation. Even though we go back and forth, they know how to get money.
They do.
Right? They know how to get to it. Them same things that we used to tell them, or the grandma and other stuff, stop playing video games, stop all that dancing. Now they're making millions off of that, right?
Being funny. Somebody record you being funny. I mean, back in the day, like that's nothing. And now that's all people do. Like that's their profession. Their profession is to make funny videos.
Yeah. So in my kids, having 3 adults, I'm learning that what other people do or have done, for their kids and for their families, doesn't necessarily apply to me.
True.
We create whatever we want our legacy to be. So even though my kids are in their 20s and, I didn't have a hedge fund or a trust fund or insurance and things like that for them then, that doesn't mean that we can't build wealth now.
True.
And I feel like now is the best opportunity to build generational wealth and do it collectively, right? It's no more just watch Rob, just watch, David, and then we all gonna benefit off of that. Not everybody plays a part, and so that's my inspiration, man, is to continue to create and just build that legacy by all and by any means.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So we're gonna flip over to Hello Black Man. And so this one is a little more personal. It says, question 42, it says, hello, Black man. How would you describe your mental health? Would you ever seek professional help, like counseling or therapy? Why not?
Man, I'm glad you asked that because, with so much access to resources and being a military vet, there's the crisis line and things like that. But there's a lot of pride and ego that goes into things that we just don't want anybody to see. So we're always going to promote, hey, we're doing good. We're living good, blessed to see another day and all that other stuff. And then you turn the computer off and then, you back to like, why am I here? And what am I doing? Yeah. So I've had ups and downs. I've had therapy now, I would say, consistently for about 2 years.
Man,
and
dope.
I don't have to have a major life crisis going on to have therapy, but you have to have some type of outlet.
Listen,
you want to have access to people that's going to be non-biased. Yeah, I go talk to my homeboy, I can talk to my mom, my dad, or something like that. But guess what? They're going to hold on to that information.
Yeah.
Right? They're not just going to process it and we work through this thing. And so while I'm better and everything like that, they may think that I'm still in that mental state.
Right.
And so now we can't move on. We can't move forward or progress.
Right. Yeah. They already got it right here beside you. When you come up talking about a game or whatever else, they're like, well, he's going through a lot. Like, no, I'm just mad because the team lost, man. Like nothing wrong right now. But man, you made a very valid point when you said that you don't get to the life crisis point to go get some therapy. You don't get there. You don't get to a full breakdown. Now, if you're there, of course, seek help. But a lot of things could happen on the preventive side. You know what I'm saying? From a preventive measures, how to process things, how to communicate. And that's what therapy does. It teaches you and unlearns a lot of the stuff that we've been taught. A lot of stuff we've been taught is really suffocating us right now. And we don't understand why. You don't understand how to communicate because when you want to cry, everybody says, shut up, ain't nothing wrong with you.
That's right.
And so now you don't know how to express your feelings and stuff like that. So getting therapy right now, man, this going through life is a battle. like you said, just going through, getting bills paid, checking on gigs and whatever else had to happen. You know, you got family and job and career. It's a lot. It's a lot just to be right. Just to be alive. It's a lot of pressure. So yeah, man, that's huge. That is absolutely huge, man. This one's a little different. Let's see. I'm gonna say that one. I'm gonna say that one right there. That one's good. So this is, I guess, a little more controversial. It's talking about politics. So, hello, black man. Explain your political views. Would you ever run for a political office? If so, which office? If not, why not? Why not politics? What does Rob Malloy's political life look like?
Yeah. So, you know, I've struggled with politics. Mm-hmm. My influences when it comes to politics, I would say my first would be my dad, because he's been through so many eras. My dad's 78 years old, so you know he was around when MLK was. He was there when it was marching. Mm-hmm. He was there when just so many eras. Mm-hmm. And then being in the military, he's retired military, so you know he's been in the wars, and so for him, he feels a certain way, and I respect that because he's a direct influence. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about if he's making it up, where he comes from. Is it the PTSD talking or anything like that? I know my dad. Yeah, and you know he has broken down a lot of things that I didn't want to understand. I don't want to watch the news, man. I'm not the one that's going to have the TV on from 7 a.m. till you fall asleep at 12 o'clock with the news. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I've never done that. I've never been interested in that. But I know when it comes to certain issues, it's so important. So so politics for me, not really getting into independent, not getting into the parties. I've always looked at who benefits and why. Right. And because when we break this thing down, we have to break it down into economical class. We're in a capitalistic society.
That's what's true. True.
I don't want to be the one that is like, okay, bring on the assistance, bring on the food stamps, because I don't want to be in that. Yeah. And I don't want my community to be in that. I want my community to be educated, and I want them to have access to be able to level up. Yeah. And so when it comes to politics, I wouldn't run only because I feel like I can be a bigger impact, and I wouldn't be in certain stipulations. Right. Yeah. I don't want to be like, look, this is all I can do. This is all they're gonna let me do. Yeah. You in the box. Continue to, nah. So I want to be on this end where I don't have those constrictions. And one thing that I do know about living here in the United States, man, economics matter. Yep. Economics matter. And so it's like, what end do you want to be on? Because if you down here and you're like, okay, make sure that the rec centers are clean and clean our parks and things like that. I want to be on the end to where, okay, we have $2.5 million. Mm-hmm. How are we going to allocate that? And how are we going to empower and stimulate our community? So instead of those folks looking forward to the assistance, they have some consistent income now. True. And then some financial literacy. True. Because the government, I don't care. The government benefits for certain people to stay in certain spaces.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So it's like it's like a carrot. Okay, we're gonna give you $600 to hush you up for a little bit. We're gonna give you another $1,800 so you can go buy some Jordans, mm-hmm. right? Whatever other stuff you get your PS5. Got to get the PS5. Yeah, PS5. Right. And then hush. We're gonna shut you in the house for a little bit. Yeah. But you got what you need.
You good.
You good.
I like it.
So I just feel like I could be more of impact, not being under those legislative restrictions.
I got it. I like it. Let me ask you this. What movie, no matter how many times you've seen it, do you have to watch when it's on? Like certain movies you walk past, like, I was finna go somewhere. Let me just stop. Let me check this movie out. What movie does it?
Damn, man, that's a tough one. I would have to say. What are those guys? Boomerang.
Okay.
I got to stick around for Boomerang, man.
Yeah.
I do. That's a classic, and that's an old classic.
It is. People really forget. Well, I ain't gonna say you really forget, but the age of that movie, it aged well. The movie aged really well. So when you see it, it almost seems modern day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it does. Going through is like this is like right now. But the movie is 20 years old. 20 plus years old.
And I now that you mention that, I think that the movie hit different for me because everything about it was a good representation of a black man, a successful black man navigating through relationships, navigating through friendships, navigating through his career. He wasn't poor. He lived a good life. He was able to be with attractive women. He had just overall great lifestyle and opportunities, and he had homies that were successful as well.
Yep.
Like, how often do you see that back then?
Like, nobody wasn't struggling. Like, he had his issues, but it wasn't a struggle issue. You know what I'm saying? Man, do you know that movie came out in 1992?
Wow.
Man, that movie came out in 92. Man, I'm blown away.
92. That's 30 years?
It's 30 solid.
Man, oh man.
Hey, we aging ourselves right now.
Yeah,
we aging ourselves right now. That movie is 30 years old.
Wow.
I wouldn't have thought that. I literally wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have. What does giving back? What does giving back look like to you?
Yeah, giving back. I've been. My mom's has been in ministry ever since I've remembered. My dad was the one that will be at the house. Like, we all get back, I see y'all then. You know what I mean? But he would let us go to church. And then, of course, sometimes, he would go certain occasions and things like that just to make sure that people know we ain't a broken household. We all still together. You know what I mean? You can find me right here. And so, I used to think that giving back was just, money, food, and things like that. But I'm learning the resources stretch beyond that. And it goes back to the sense of, you can give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You can teach him how to fish, and then he'll never go hungry. Yeah. And so that means so much nowadays because I think about it in just layman's terms. If somebody asks me, hey, Rod, let me hold 50. First of all, a whole 50, you comfortable asking for that?
Man, people are bold.
If you need 50, I don't think I'm gonna get 50 back, man. That's like that number where, okay, I'm gonna have to give it to them.
Yeah, it's gone. Like, it's gone. Man, people are bold, man. Man, listen, I'm telling you, people are bold when it comes to asking for money. That I'm telling you, back in the day, man, if you got $10 from somebody, 20, or you got a 20 from somebody, like, it was
that's like
a real deal. Exactly. Like, if you got that 20, that person will be waiting on you to cash your check the next week. Like, I promise you, I've seen it. And you weren't gonna just get the 20. You're gonna get a whole. It may take you all day to get the $20. They may say, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Now come with me, ride with me here, do this with me, let me do this." You gotta earn that 20, and then you're gonna get a lecture when they give it from one hand to another. All right, I'm giving you this 20 today. When you gonna give it back to me? I'm give you when. I remember I've been in those situations, watched this stuff, but now people just feel like, hey, listen, I need $100. Like, you do? Like, like why we having a conversation? If you need $100, like why we talking about it?
Right.
But yeah, I understand.
Yo, if somebody asks for money like that, it's like, so you don't have no emergency credit card. You know what I mean? Like, come on, $100 is that got to be what's gonna keep you alive.
Yeah. People bold, man. But I agree with you about giving back, man. It's more than just you know what I'm saying, those tangible things. And what's so crazy is, you know, as young and spry as I feel from time to time, I'm an OG now. Like I'm literally in the OG. I'm the big you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of my buddies was at a funeral, and one of his young nephews walked by. I've been knowing this guy since he was born. You know what I'm saying? So now he's in his mid-20s, and I'm gonna go give him a fist bump, and he just said, "What's up, OG?" I'm like, like he didn't even think twice about it. He didn't even think twice. "What's up, OG?" I'm like, "OG, that's me now. Like I'm really OG now. Like, you know, I gotta take that, but it's responsibility to come behind it." You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. You know, when I go in a barbershop now, I'm talking about things that they may not be privy to, or they may not be talking about on a daily basis. Or how you doing in school? I'm the how you doing in school guy now. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to be able to give back in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? It's not always financial, like you said. You know, I see young guys out, whatever they may be doing. If it's something I think's out of character, I try to find a way to interact. Say, "Hey man, y'all good? Everything good? Man, y'all got a lot going on here, man. Let me ask you this, you know, just get into them. And man, if police come right now, y'all think they wouldn't put y'all in jail or nothing like that?" Yeah, you right. Oh, okay then. Well, just, you know, I ain't trying to. Right, you gotta have a way in. You know, you can't come at these guys, punch them in the mouth these days. Like, they don't work. They work with us because we still had a little fear in us growing up.
Yeah.
Older guys, stuff like that, they talk loud. You humble down. You be quiet. Older cousins, uncles, stuff like that. You know, there's a man talking. But these days,
That's real, man. That's so real. I'm glad you mentioned that. I remember hosting an event here in Atlanta, and one of the guys that was a guest was a YouTuber, and I didn't know who he was, but apparently a lot of people did, and he had a lot of jewelry and some really cool shoes on. So whatever he was doing, it was working out for him, right? And so I remember one of the questions that I asked him, I said, what do you think is the biggest reason for the gap? Because there is a gap, especially men of color, between the younger generation and the older generation. And I'm not even talking about my dad or in the 60s, the baby boomers. I'm just talking about right here, you know, 30s, 40s, you know, to the teenagers. And then he was like, well, the thing about it is people, the older generation is always knocking what they're doing and don't even know exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. And it's just because it's different, not because it's wrong. It's just because that's not what you guys did growing up, right? Whether it was fashion, whether it was how you got money, like it's two different eras, right? And so they just felt like that there was no respect there. And so to me, it was eye-opening. But me having a son that is in his mid-20s, I do get it. I'm blessed to have, you know, kids in their 20s, so I'm not out of the loop. So
right, you're not disconnected.
And so, you know, I was like, I can appreciate that, because even men like us, there's men like you and I walking around that will see each other and not even speak. So if they're not speaking, if we're not speaking our generation to each other, then you know you're not gonna say nothing to the young guys.
Man, you make some crazy points right now.
And
man, you pouring it on right now. That's true.
And so sometimes, even for me, just having a conversation with these younger guys, right? It could be about whatever, because their expectation is, okay, we're different, so he don't like us anyway. Right? He got a gray beard. He probably ain't even feeling us anyway. We don't know. But just having a conversation, you know, how you brothers doing, man? What's going on? What you guys, you know, what do you guys do? Like somebody who's genuinely interested in another person, especially a black man, a man of color. And that is the biggest difference because, again, our parents, they were closely knit because we had to protect each other.
Yep.
They had to make sure. But hey, it's almost like the shepherd and the sheep. You can't let nobody stray because it ain't safe.
Yep.
They may not make it back home.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They took it serious because it didn't just have to be mom or aunt. It could be Mr. Jones. It could be Mr. Parks. It could be whoever is going to make sure that everybody's good. And that's one thing that, we have to do a better job about, even with so many differences.
True.
Because there's a lot of differences, man. And we're not even digging in to see how much we have in common versus how many differences we have, which is what we should focus on.
Listen, man, you bring up so many points. I can't hit with a few of them back, man. But you talked about like fashion, right? How different fashion is, what they're wearing and what we wore. But I guess that when you look at it, if you look back and see what some of these
I know where you're going. Yeah.
If you go back and look at what some of these guys were wearing in the 70s,
body suits,
full glitter onesie body suits.
Correct.
And these was real men now. Like these was men.
All the way out. They had tacos on Wednesday through Sunday, man.
Hey. And these are the guys that was on top of our head, you know what I'm saying? Well, those guys on top of the bell bottom. Like, okay, that ain't in. And then you come to the next generation, our generation, with the, you know what I'm saying, with the baggy pants, baggy basketball shorts and stuff like that. The Jordans and, here or there. And now you got another generation behind us, and it's always frowned upon. Like, the fashion thing is always frowned upon. Well, you know what you would wear. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I know what I'm comfortable wearing.
Right.
But I can tell you the things they're wearing now with the skinny jeans and the fitted jeans and stuff like that is very comparable to the 70s as far as, and it's almost mind-boggling. It's almost mind-boggling because they were wearing some of these pants and outfits of the 70s, late 70s. Like, you couldn't wear it. An ice skater wouldn't wear it right now. but it was in style then. Like, it was in style, and they feel like it was okay.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things, man. As fashion comes and goes, it's one of those things. Hey, I got one for you right here. This is going to hit you right here, and let the people kind of peek into who you are. It says, "Hello, black man. Explain ways in which you believe love can be kept alive in relationships." So where do you stand on your relationships and things of that nature? It's going to be questions.
So one of my platforms and how I got started, meaning stepping out of my comfort zone and building a brand, is I coined myself as a relationship realist, and not a relationship guru, not a dating expert, none of that stuff, but a relationship realist. I realized that you have to have and understand, or at least respect different perspectives. It's not just about how I think and how I grew up. The woman that I'm dating, her background will make a difference. How she raised her kids, how her kids, affect how things go. And, I learned to respect that and really just see where a person is at. And, I realized that a person is in three places in life, man. They're either going through something, like in the middle of something, or they're about to go into something, or they just got out of something.
True.
So they're in one of three places. and the key is to be able to realize where you're at and be transparent and forthcoming to tell that person, because that will explain why that woman feel like dudes ain't nothing. Okay, she just got out of something.
Yeah.
Right? My job is to make sure she understands who I am and where I'm at and where I'm going through. Because people are still getting engaged every day.
Yep.
People are still getting married every single day. People are falling in love and building wonderful relationships every single day. So we can't say love doesn't exist.
True.
Right?
True.
Strong relationships doesn't exist. So we have to take that out of the equation. So, me being a realist, man, I've been married before, and I didn't look at it as a failure, but what I did is I looked at where I was in my accountability. Mm-hmm. Like, regardless of what she did or how I feel, that the things that she did, I had an opportunity to respond on my own, and I had an opportunity to take action on my own, which has nothing to do with her, because I have 100% control of me and my activities, right? So I can be like, hey, you know what? That's it. This isn't a good look. Obviously, if we continue to go down this path and not put in the work, it's not going to work. Or you know what? Where I'm at with mine, that means that I wasn't ready. So that was on me. So either I'm going to do the work, or I'm going to bow out. I'm going to bow out. And so, I believe in love. I believe in partnership. I believe that there's somebody for everybody. And what I've learned in these last 4.5, almost 5 years is, if I can't be the best to myself, I can't be the best for anybody else that comes in contact with me. So, I'm continuing that path. I love dating. I enjoy dating. I'm learning more and more about me when it comes to dating. I know where my strengths are. I know where my weaknesses are, and continue to do that, man, and just continue to put in the work with me first. And I don't find it difficult to find somebody who is good for you and good with you. It's just having that patience and two people being prepared and willing to walk that journey together.
I like it, man. That's you being real, man. You being real right now. So, man, we're gonna start wrapping this thing. We're gonna wrap this thing up, but I want people to know what all you have coming up and how they can get in contact with you via social media and things of that nature. This is your sign off. Tell them, what's next for Rob Malloy.
Definitely. A lot of good things going on. I've been preparing for these last couple of years for 2022 to be the most explosive year in my personal career and in my businesses. And so I have a nonprofit organization. It's Keeping Veterans Fit. It's keepingveteransfit.org. And we help veterans, navigate through life and their families through whether it be, mental health, whether it be, just through personal health and just whatever you need as a veteran and having a family. That's what we do, help with transitioning. Also, the Rob Malloy brand. We're having a lot of fun, man. I'm part of a elite business mixer that launches January 29th. I'll be working with different businesses in different regions. So we'll be launching that on the 29th in Douglas, Georgia, and then the upcoming dates will be on the website. So you can definitely find everything about me on all my social media handles. I am Rob Malloy. TikTok, IG, Twitter. Website is robmalloy.com. So and some really cool things, man, is I got into acting a couple years back, man. I was featured in a couple of movies, and so right now, man, we're working on a TV series on DTN TV network. You can definitely check that out as well.
Oh, man, that's dope, man. Dope.
So we're having a lot of fun. And if you're here in the Atlanta area, we're having a Black Wall Street business mixer starting January 13th, right in Stone Mountain. Just hit my social media for all the information, and that'll keep you abreast on everything I have going on, man.
Man, listen, we'll make sure we drop all those links and stuff into the feed, and then once we post it, we'll make sure all those things are live and in living color. Wendell Jones has a phenomenal bow tie website and brand called Knotted Up Knitwear. He asked you, said, "Do you wear bow ties?"
Yeah, I need a couple of those.
Man, listen, phenomenal. This guy got some phenomenal stuff. Every bow tie I got from him. Every single one. He does his own stitching and stuff like this. And he ain't getting it again until he making them on the sewing machine himself. So if you got some If you gotta buy 2 shirts and want to make one of your shirts into a bow tie, he can get the material and do all that kind of stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, so dope stuff, man. Rob, listen, it's been an absolute phenomenal time, man. It's talking to you, getting to know you a little bit more. Like, this is what this is all about. Of course, we will be continuing to support you and continue supporting your brand and all your movements. Have no hesitation. On shooting me your flyers and things of that nature, man. We want to share. We want to help promote your brand and things you got going on. And that's it, man. We appreciate you coming on the show, being a part of the Hello Black Man podcast here tonight.
I'm honored, man. Thank you so much, man. Please continue the work you're doing. It's not going in vain. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I will continue to support you as well. Many blessings to you and your folks, man. Happy New Year to you and much success.
Happy 2022,
New Year, man. It's time.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you much.
Salute.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rob Malloy. Listen, this guy has a lot going on, and we are going to get behind his brand. We're going to get behind him and be able to be a catalyst for the things he has going on. Like, this is what this is all about. This is what we're pushing to do. We're pushing to be able to help each other in these arenas. So one of the things that we'll be pushing to do is continue to help people that are pushing their brand and pushing their business, and being positive personas out here for us. What you got, Kalisha? Kalisha says wait. I don't know if she got a question or what she got going on. She want me to wait here for a second. There's T says we own a Black Wall Street in Chicago. We'll make sure we get Rob Malloy's contact information. We can make sure we link up and like I said, doing similar work. Hey, share some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Hey, that's what this is all about. That's what it is all about, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget, like I said, we have all Rob's information. From a fashion sense to what he's doing in the professional realm, his mentoring, what he got going on with veterans. Everybody knows a veteran. Everybody knows a veteran, and everybody can use some type of help, some type of assistance, some type of betterment in their life, and that's what he has staked his claim to as far as his nonprofit. So make sure we'll be supporting him in some of the things he's doing. Thank y'all for y'all time. This is Jamie Jenkins with Hello Black Man. We'll be back soon.